There are no words.
Mutton soup.
Ooh. Let's see what happens. Good morning. It is our last morning in Tromsø in Norway. Going from Tromsø to the town of Olderdalen. And we're going to go around the E8 and then the E6. Before we leave town, we're going to go over the Tromsø bridge. We're going to see the Arctic Cathedral. Okay, I found what I believe may well be free parking. I hope it'll be okay, at least for a few minutes, just to go walk around this cathedral. I know it was built in 1965 and it's the northernmost something in the world. Cathedral or something? It's not actually called the Arctic Cathedral. I think that's just this nickname. I think from inside the stained glass is very spectacular. I don't know if we can get in though. Tromsø Kirke, Tromsø Church. Cathedral, Arctic Cathedral. It really is nice. It's made out of concrete. It's got this kind of white metal, like paneling on it. Just a series of concentric triangles that go down and then up at the end. Here's the front. The front of the majestic Arctic Cathedral. Opening hours. August through December, 13 to 17. What is KL? Let's see what happens. No, today is not KL. Just to get an idea of where we are, look at the setting that this cathedral is in. The island of Tromsø, the big bridge that we just came over, and the misty hills and the fjords all around. Next, we're gonna get in the car. We're going to drive down this road, which is the E8, the European Highway 8. I don't know if you can see it, but way down there, it kind of curves around the coast. That's where we're going next. And much further, all the way to Olderdalen. Best of all, the car is still where I parked it and has not been towed or ticketed. We've been outside Tromsø for about half an hour. It is still sprinkling, but that doesn't take away from the amazing landscape, which here has been very dramatic, very high mountains covered in these misty clouds. I first saw these this morning when I first woke up and looked out the window. There were these clouds over the fjord from the room, and it was just amazing. I took a time-lapse video, set my phone up in the window in a very Norwegian way. Took this time-lapse video, and I thought that would burn off pretty soon, but it hasn't. Like, this is 3 hours later, and it's still like this. This is just, well, as Thomas Heaton would say, absolutely stunning. Okay, the E8 continues down. We just pulled off the E8 to go on a little side road that goes right around the fjord, around the water's edge. Whoa! It's a much smaller road, although I think it is paved the whole way. We're going to meet back up with the E8 later, but this is a little side road to see the water's edge. literally. It says private way. So I won't go too far, but look at the mist on these mountains out on the edge of this fjord. Also intrigued by this one pointy mountain up there, just coming up out of the mist. That's actually where we're driving towards. I don't know if we're driving to that mountain, but towards it. This sign explains that the E8, European Highway 8, which we had just pulled off of, runs from Tromsø all the way down to Tornio in Finland. It also explains how it's been a main route from kind of that area of Finland and Sweden, up through Sweden and Finland, up to the town of Skiboten or Skiboten, I don't know how to pronounce that, in Norway, which we're actually going to pass through today on our drive to Olderdalen. And I'm going to see if I can take some video of the countryside here, because most of E8 in this area is just guardrails and there's nowhere to pull over and see the amazing scenery, but I can't really get good footage of it. But I think here, maybe up on the see a hill, we can do better. In other news, it's about 1:30 p.m. We haven't had lunch, haven't seen a place for lunch, so that's priority one. Find a place to stop that has food and a bathroom. Seeing all these animals the last couple of days has made us hungry. So, in honor of all the sheep we saw today, I'm having mutton soup. And Maseo is having reindeer pasta. Nothing like eating the Norwegian countryside when you're driving through it. What if we see moose? Alright, just had a good lunch at a place called Volan Gjestestue. Some kind of cafe. Very good. Mutton soup. But I don't really know where I am. So, I'm going to walk across the road here. Check this information sign. We're in Balsfjord. Welcome to Balsfjord, Nordkjosbotn. Came from Tromsø today. We are now going, I don't exactly know. Oh, here, we're going here. Through Skiboten. I think it's kind of right here. And this part right here is like where there's a river, and I think we're going around. We're taking a detour off the Orange Road to around the river. Imagine living here or working here, looking up at this every day. When I told people I was coming to northern Norway, some of my friends asked if there were polar bears there, here. And the answer is no, there are not, except for that concrete one. No, they're not here on the mainland. They're way, way up on like Svalbard Island and maybe Jan Mayen Island and stuff like that. Right now, gonna go maybe find a Diet Coke for the car trip. Norwegian Visitor Master School, self-checkout. Okay, I bought this cola. I've been kind of carrying it around and banging it around and stuff. Let's see if it explodes everywhere. What do you think of the odds? Please place your bets now. Perfect. No problem. And out with the pinky. Ooh, a little after dinner treat, after lunch treat. Okay, and we continue on here from Balsfjord to somewhere. I knew that the landscape of Norway would change as we went further east. But one thing I can't talk to you just standing here like this. Let me find somewhere better to talk to you. I expected the scenery of Norway to change as we went further east, but what I didn't expect is that even over here in the relatively small section of the northwest part of Norway, every day has been marked by some totally different, similar, but related, but totally different scenery. And at the risk of stating the obvious, the thing that marks today, of course, is the fog and the low clouds. They kind of just hover right on the mountaintop, sometimes halfway down the mountains, and slowly moves across. A little information here, information board about the Skibotnutleppet Nature Reserve. If you're a fan of languages, just want to show you that there is this information in Swedish, English, and what I believe are Finnish and Sami language. It's not really a Norway road trip until you get one of the classic photo ops. Watch out for moose sign. Not sure, but this little mountain valley over here has a lot of snow and a lot of fog, but the bottom of the snow has a very distinct bluish tint and may very well be a glacier, which, as far as I know, make it the first glacier we've seen on this trip. I wanted to pull the car over to this little rest area here to get a shot of these real thin, kind of three pieces of clouds on this mountain. I didn't know this was here when I pulled the car over. Look at this. Been seeing a lot of these on the side of the road, and there's never a good place to pull over and like actually see it and take a look at it. This is perfect. Hello again from way under a mountain somewhere in Norway. We're in a tunnel that I didn't know how long it was when we went in. Then I started seeing signs that it's 6 kilometers long. This is by far the longest tunnel that I've seen on this trip so far. And when we get on the other side, hopefully that little turnoff, I think it's coming, little turnoff to a little road that goes right beside a river for a while. It's the final side road of today's journey. Yay! Daylight! So we're on a road that I believe is the right road, but it's not even on the GPS system. And at the very end of the road is a tiny little bridge that goes over a river called the Olderdalen River. And it's kind of like the shop yesterday in Engvik, in that it's just something that I saw on Google Maps and it's become like a goal to get to. So I think we're getting closer. It's somewhere down this amazing farming valley here off the E6. Been hoping to see some sheep with the horns, whatever you call those, rams or something. And there they are. Just as we were hoping. Thanks guys, see ya. One impertinent sheep standing on top of the bale of hay. Look what I found! The bridge! We're here! Look at this thing. I think this is a construction zone. I'm not really supposed to be here, but I had to jump out. I'm sorry if the entertainment today is all mountains and mist and water, but hey, what are you gonna do? Just wanted to show you, look how the clouds on those mountains just happen to divide the orange trees from the gray mountain, the kind of brown rock mountain on top. That is a really cool effect. The rest of the drive to Olderdalen passed through more of the same type of scenery. It seemed like the strange, misty wonders of this foggy and mountainous drive beside the fjords would never end, but eventually we pulled into town and found our guest house. Another perfect day of driving. Thanks for watching. See you next time.